what you think. Stronger than ever. Vehicle versions. Special delivery. We still here. Special delivery. We ain't going nowhere. Special delivery. We still here. We ain't going nowhere. Push play and watch.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a fantastic day. If you're new to the channel, my name is Parker Nanstein. This is Vehicle Virgins, and today we are taking a look at the all-new Tesla Model Y. So, what is the Tesla Model Y? I mean, on the surface, obviously, it's a new Tesla. It's an SUV. But what really is the Model Y? Well, technically, it's kind of the culmination of Tesla as a whole. They're learning since 2012. We've got the Model 3. We've got the Model X, but if you really want to get into it, it started with the Model S, then it was the Model 3, then the Model X, then the Model Y, and then, well, there's some ones after that that ends up spelling cars. So yeah, Elon Musk literally created a company where all the models are sexy cars. That's pretty genius. So, Model Y, what does it mean to you? Well, to everyone, it means a really fast, really cool, affordable SUV. So what does the Tesla Model Y actually represent? Well, one, it's an SUV. SUV stands for Sport Utility Vehicle. So do we have all three components? It's a Tesla, so obviously it's sporty. Utility, well, it's kind of like a small Model X, and going back to the sporty, it's got the Model 3 learnings that's incredible. Then, of course, we've got a roof rack as an option. It could probably, I don't know the answer to this, maybe you could off-road it. That could be a cool thing in the future, but of course, if you don't want to off-road it, you can wait for the Cybertruck. You can get an ATV on the Cybertruck. It comes off the side. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So the good news is it's actually affordable. How affordable? Well, the average new car price, the last time I checked, I believe was $37,000. It's probably higher than that now. This thing, 41 grand. So you're telling me you get a Tesla, an SUV, it does 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds. Once again, it's a Tesla, and the interior is cool and it's safe for the same price as an average new car. That's pretty spectacular. Now, this is not the standard Model Y. That's the base model is called the standard. It's $41,000 after license, delivery, all that. It's just a bit over $42,000. This one is $61,000. What do you get for that? They have the standard, they have the dual motor, and then the performance. This is the performance. 2 motors. They give 0 to 60s based on averages. It's the average condition that you or me or my grandmother can drive the car and do 0 to 60 in well under 4 seconds. In ideal conditions, which don't happen every day, but at a racetrack or perfect slope with the right tires, the right temperature, humidity, you can get faster than the average. That's why Porsche and Tesla, well, they do 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. But the fact of the matter is, Tesla usually beats the Porsche. In fact, the Porsche Taycan Turbo S, incredible car. Model 3, probably better. And when they come out with the Model S Plaid mode, I mean, that's all I'm saying. The Plaid mode's gonna be crazy. So the standard car, guys, it comes with something that I think is really awesome. Chrome Delete. Everyone is always getting cars and they go, you know what, the first thing I wanna do, and it's the same thing with every car I've ever had, the Cullinan, there's a little bit too much chrome for me, I wanted to black it out. Well, from the factory, for 41 grand, you get all of it blacked out. I mean, the mirrors over here are black roof rack. Everything flows together seamlessly. Now this car was wrapped, is an unbelievably cool wrap. I love that the Tesla is in orange. That looks fantastic. Now, the wheels. The wheels come black as standard. There are 2 different options on the performance model. There are the standard wheels and then there are the performance wheels. The amazing part about Tesla is the performance package for the Tesla Model Y Performance is the same price. Why is it the same price? Well, because they made it the same price. What is the difference? These ones, they have, well, tires that have less rolling resistance. They have smaller wheels, which means the replacement cost for an average individual for tires is gonna be a lot cheaper. These having lower rolling resistance means it's not quite as good around corners, but it means the range is extended. 316 miles of range on one charge. And of course, we've got supercharging stations, so on and so forth. You can charge out of your house. It's so easy and practical. If you get the performance one, I think it looks better. It's lowered a bit, bigger wheels, comes with better tires, probably P0s. Then I imagine eventually, I can't confirm this because I don't know the answer, but I think they'll come out with the track mode V2 like they did with the Model 3. Then You'll get Michelin Cup 2s on it, and now we're talking. Lowered suspension, red brakes, better brake fluid, better tires, and the whole package is amazing. But for an everyday car, I mean, tell me this. My mom asks, as an example, I like the Model Y, what should I get? Get the standard one. You're saving money. My mom isn't gonna use the added performance, but you get all the features of the Model Y performance, like safety, all the technology, ease of use. The numbers on the actual dash are huge. Literally, my grandmother buys cars based on how large the font on the Speedo is. I was like, Grandma, why'd you get that one? She goes, well, I'm old, the numbers are big so I can read them. And I was like, that's the most honest thing I've ever heard. So we got big numbers. Now, this car, actually now, when you're doing the self-driving mode, it has stop signs, stop lights, pedestrian detection. It has cones. It picks up everything, even trash cans. Why are they doing that? One, for your safety, and two, just think about it for a minute. If it can detect cones and bicyclists and trash cans, stoplights, stop signs, eventually, when the laws allow it, it's gonna be fully autonomous. And the reality of that situation is, once all cars are fully autonomous, tell me how an accident's gonna be possible. If all cars are communicating with each other, they're all going the exact same flow of traffic, you're gonna have no traffic, no accidents, the cars are cheap and affordable. I shouldn't say cheap, but they're affordable. The reality is they're the same price as an average new car. How is that not affordable? Once the government allows all the laws for all the other cars on the road to be basically up to Tesla and Mercedes standards of autonomous driving, then, I just got hit in the face with a, with a freaking ladybug. Then, see, if the ladybug was running on full autonomy, it wouldn't hit me in the face. So, think about that next time, ladybug. That's gonna be the future. Full autonomy of driving cars, there's gonna be no traffic, less pollution, and then for the enthusiasts, you take it off of autopilot, which by the way, at this point, does not mean the car drives itself. The laws make it so it doesn't drive itself. Please do not. I saw a lot of videos of people in the back of the cars with the car driving itself. Don't do that, ever. But the car can help you. It aids you, it assists you in being a better driver, in being a safer driver, and obeying the laws so the traffic's better. Really, it's like, this is automotive success all in one package. The design, they learned, they thought, you know, the fake grill on the Model S looked a bit cheesy. Why do you have a grill on a car? For cooling. Well, if the batteries are down low and there's no engine, why do you have a grill? So Tesla got rid of it. There's no grill. It's just, you know, when the Model 3 came out, people were like, oh, it looks like a toy, it looks weird. Well, when it's lowered and in the right color, it looks like a badass toy. Like, really badass. This, sitting on the grass, I mean, I don't know, like, I don't really think a Prius would look like this sitting on the grass. You guys know the answer to that question. Obviously not. What I would do as an improvement, but Tesla's already done the improvement, bigger wheels. The wheel gap's too much, but that's lower rolling resistance. It makes sense for a normal individual who wants that extended range. You get the performance pack, the range drops to 280 miles from 316, but the car looks a lot cooler, and 280 miles, I think you're gonna be good enough. And there's Tesla charging stations everywhere. You're gonna get from literally San Francisco to New York City with no problems, never having range anxiety, nothing. All these programs, apps, forums you can join, people to text. Tesla fans, Tesla owners, Tesla enthusiasts are like a tight-knit community. So if you're like in Arkansas, oh, where do I go? There's an app, there's a forum page, there's a friend, there's a Tesla owner to tell you, hey dude, there's one really close by. I'm sure the Tesla probably even tells you where to go. How many miles you have left, where do you go, how long it's gonna take to charge. You can see it all on your phone. Speaking of phones, Tesla is all about integrating and ease of use. So you walk up to this car and you've got some options. One, you can have the Tesla key. The key looks like a Tesla. How cool is that? It's a key that's small, it's sleek, it's shaped like a Tesla. You click one button on the side, it does something. On the other side, it's very intuitive. But what's even better than a key that you can lose, that you can drop and it's expensive, a CF card reader. So they have a card that you can put in your wallet, and as you walk up, you can tap it against the screen here, and then all of a sudden, the car opens up and unlocks. And it actually is able to read through your wallet. So if you have a thin wallet, you just pull your wallet out and boom. Now, if you don't want to do anything, you just get an app. There's an app for that, and it's a done deal. So we're gonna go ahead, hop inside the Tesla Model Y, take it for a spin. Obviously on the exterior, I think they nailed it. Roof racks, black trim, black wheels. You can get bigger wheels and it's lowered suspension with the performance. I don't really have an improvement for the outside, guys. They really did nail it. The headlights look cool. I'm like grasping at straws here to come up with an improvement, and on the outside, I really don't have one. Maybe the windshield wipers, something Mercedes does is they have little holes inside the windshield wiper blades themselves, so that when you activate the windshield wipers, instead of spraying up on here, they're actually all integrated into one unit. The only problem is the replacement cost is high. Been there, done that, had one fly off because it was attached at a GoPro here, hit the windshield, GoPro flies off, GoPro was fine, windshield wiper was lost. Turns out 175 bucks for windshield wipers. I actually changed my mind. These are smarter windshield wipers. We're gonna go ahead and hop in, take the car for a little drive. I'm excited. I'm like genuinely really excited right now. Let's freaking do this. Inside of the Tesla Model Y now, and honestly it feels extraordinarily familiar. Like every good car manufacturer, there's continuity between all the models in the brand. This Tesla Model Y feels like a Model 3, feels like a Model X, and it feels like an advancement from the currently kind of outdated, so to speak, Model S, but don't worry, they're fixing that, they're making a new one, and that car is gonna be crazy. I mean, you've got everything right at your fingertips, legitimately. I mean, it feels like an exclusive vehicle, it feels like a rare vehicle. It might be one of the top 10 best SUVs ever made in the world. And in fact, it's so good that you have to order these cars 4 months in advance. Name another car brand. I mean, it's almost like Apple, right? Where everyone knows when they're going to release a new iPhone. When the iPhone 11 comes out, they know, people know. You have to basically know when the next Tesla is coming, and they give little hints online, and then you have to jump on board immediately. And they do refundable deposits, they make it easy, it's all online, there's, everything is simple and easy. That's why I ordered the Cybertruck, and that will come eventually. And if you decided in the future you didn't want it, which I do want the Cybertruck, absolutely. It's a refundable $100 deposit that you can do on a debit or credit card. Have you ever bought a car with a debit or credit card for $100 that's refundable? The answer is no one has, other than the Cybertruck or other Tesla models. That is freaking awesome. Everything's at your fingertips, right? So you can focus on the road. It's extremely safe. You keep your eyes on the road. You can control volume. You can control everything. Even the steering wheel controls for telescoping, tilting is all on the steering wheel itself. The only thing you have, simple steering wheel, simple Tesla logo, view out over the hood, which slopes down very aggressively so that you can see where you are on the road. Place it on the road more safely and quicker. We've got this beautiful screen here. It's so simple that people mistake it as cheap, but it's not. It's high build quality. I mean, we've got literally open poured wood here, which is something that you see only on, well, one, actually Lexus does it, and two, you know, things like a Rolls Royce. You've got that in an affordable car. You've got a beautiful screen that doesn't look tacked on aftermarket. It's integrated in such a way that it's like a massive Apple tablet literally sitting right in front of you. The touchscreen, the user interface is absolutely incredible. Like I was saying, it can detect pedestrians, this and that. It basically can do everything. We're not turning the AC on right now because when you turn the AC on, it knows that it's hot outside and then it cools the car using the cooling fans. The AC that I showed in the Tesla Model 3, it's amazing. You can touchscreen control, point it every which way. It's just literally ingenious. Now, we've got a wireless charging setup now, which is really cool. And we've got a perfect place to put your phone where if you needed it for directions, which you don't in a Tesla, you have it in the right spot. You can connect it in a way where it's not distracting. Now we'll go to the back. This is where things get really interesting. That's the same as a Model 3. It's the same as all the Teslas. This part of the car, including the front trunk, is where things get really different. So we'll hop in the rear here. It's first time in the back of a Model Y. Okay, so I was sitting, this is the seat when the car is in the off position. So when you turn the car off, it automatically pulls the seat back, steering wheel out of the way so it's easy to get in and out. This is the maximum the seat would go back. You'd have to be 6'5" to sit like that. I'm 5'11", yet I have legroom. I have a ridiculous amount of headroom. In fact, it's so much space here, not only because of the geometry of the car, but also, look at this. We've got a one-piece glass sunroof. It's all one piece. Not only is that an engineering marvel to have one piece of glass that's curved like that, the fact that it doesn't have any imperfections, they don't crack, it's actually incredible. And I feel almost like I'm outdoors in nature while in the back of a Tesla. That's pretty cool. Now, here's where it gets even cooler. You want this car to be practical, to do anything at any given time. That's the point of it. It's the point of a sport utility vehicle, SUV. This car is a sports car at heart, and then it's also practical, and then of course it's a vehicle. I mean, it has 4 wheels and tires. Maybe you know what, Tesla, maybe a tripod vehicle, 3-wheeled? I don't know. That's probably a horrible idea. But anyways, if this seat was, well, we'll move the seat forward, see? Hold on. Very simple controls for the seats as well. Obviously, this is to go forward and backwards. This is to recline the seat. We've got some other buttons here, but check out how much space we've got. We'll come around the back here. It shows it off very nicely. One, the trunk, I just realized, is at such a nice level that, well, I just banged my head. But if you're not super tall and you're not dumb, you're not gonna hit your head on it. Look how much space we have. You could put skis, you could put wood, you could literally put a bike inside the car, and then of course we could fold down the second seat. Really easy. It's right by the seat belt. It just makes a lot of sense. There you go. I mean, look at this. Ow. You could literally go camping in the back of your Model Y. Take it to a nice spot. You're literally right here. You're enjoying nature. Right here, nature everywhere, and you can just kind of chill in your own environment while saving the planet at the same time. It's an all-electric vehicle, it's sustainable, and at the end of the day, you guys are car guys, so I'm not gonna hard sell you on the sustainability part. I'm gonna sell you on the fact that it's a good car. It's an amazing vehicle. It's really fast. We haven't even driven it yet I know that's why everyone signs up, waits in line, just like for a new iPhone, to get a Tesla before it comes out, because they know that Elon's not gonna mess it up. In fact, he's gonna under-promise and over-deliver, and that's why eventually they'll have a track mode, I imagine, on this car, which makes it a performance car for literally the track. And if you want, you know, an average everyday car, we've got that too. And it comes from the factory. I mean, this is smart, guys. Instead of releasing the Model Y right away in base spec, they released the performance one first. So the people who really want the car that bad obviously want to get the best of the best. Well, the best of the best is available before the rest of the cars. You got to wait in line, wait your turn. They're all about referrals, codes. They're all about referring friends. They're all about creating one giant family. That's totally what I'm about at Vehicle Virgins, creating a passionate automotive family that knows a lot about cars. And if you don't know a lot about cars, that's totally fine. I'm helping you learn. So let's go ahead, take this for a spin. Because honestly, every time I talk about this car, Teslas in general, and cars I'm excited about, I get excited and I just want to take it for a spin. So we're gonna go ahead, drive it on some of my favorite roads, do a little point of view drive, talk about some improvements, things I like about it, things I don't like about it. In the future, top 10 things I love about the car, top 10 amazing features, maybe top 10 improvements, top 10 things you didn't know, top things I hate about the car. Of course, you guys know me, 5 things I hate about it. I haven't driven it enough to come up with a single thing I hate about it. I've already said in the past that I think there should be a heads-up display right here as an option, so you can keep your eyes on the road and see the speed limit without looking to the side. But honestly, that's additional cost where you can just look at your peripherals and then see the speed limit. And the car, of course, alerts you when you're speeding. It's perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and put our seatbelt on. That I just realized, every car's seatbelt is usually weird and red and just looks cheap. This is all black. That's awesome. You know, in really high-end cars, you pay a lot of money for custom colored seatbelts, sometimes up to $1,000. This comes all black, and yeah, that's good enough. So on the Model X, if I press the brake, now this car, when I put the brake on, it actually brings the car back. It knows you're ready to go just by tapping the brake, because, well, you need to be on the brake if you're starting a car. That's like first and foremost. You need to be on the brake to put the car in gear. You need to be ready. Well, you tap the brake, it puts you into the right position. In the Model X, when you put the brake on, it closes the door for you. That's like, talk about genius. So we'll go ahead and close this. I'll see you guys out on the road. starting this review in my driveway. I'm in chill mode right now. The car has a chill mode. You'll notice in the background there's a lot of stuff going on, remodeling the house instead of paying someone to do it, working as a team, getting it done. I've spent a lot of nights up late, both training for a sporting event that I want to do, and also just building with my hands. I miss actually building stuff. I used to do that a lot as a kid. So anyways, we're gonna put it into non-chill mode, aka, well, let's see, I forget what it's called actually. We'll find it. Driving. It's so self-explanatory in a Tesla that you can just find it all. Comfort mode, it's not comfort, it's called chill. That's cool. So we're gonna put it into sport mode. Then we got steering mode in sport. Regenerative braking, we'll turn that on to standard. Regenerative braking, guys, is so cool because it's essentially like engine braking, where the car slows itself down, but it's regenerating, well, it's using all the heat dissipation as well as friction to recoup the energy lost in that chemical equation in order to give the car more battery life, more extended range. That's pretty cool. So we've also got stopping mode. We've got creep, roll, and hold. That's pretty cool. Off-road assist. I've never seen that. Off-road assist mode. Are you serious? So go ahead and turn the AC on just a tiny bit. Oh, the AC controls are so cool. They're super chill, as Tesla would say. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, slap the gas down, because that's the way, you know what's better than AC is fresh air. So we'll do that a little bit. Normally I drive with the windows up just for audio reasons, but go ahead. All you have to do is slap the gas down. So it's holding itself in place with the brake. And then, oh, oh. Yeah, this thing is an absolute animal, guys. I'll see ya out on the road. And looks like my mom just dropped off a delivery of steaks and food. I like that. Thanks, Mom. Out on the road. Dude, this thing is no joke at all. Obviously, you guys know, I am blessed with the opportunity to drive a lot of fast cars. All my cars, for the most part, if I've had them longer than 5 seconds, they're modified. This car is not modified, and oh my God, that is incredible. Go ahead and go left here. So, Tesla Model Y. It's a beast. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna drive and talk. I'm gonna off the cuff go back to old style vehicle versions reviews. No scripts, no nothing. Just, you know, we planned the day out to review a Tesla Model Y, and that's about it. The rest of it, you know, do your best and forget the rest, as the great Tony Horton once said, P90X guy. This car, oh my gosh, wow. Obviously, because of the batteries. The batteries are low down in the car. It helps with safety. You can put all the aluminum crash structures around the batteries. And it also helps with weight balance to keep the weight really low. A low center of gravity is very important. So despite the fact that the Tesla Model Y weighs a lot, well, actually it doesn't, but let's say the Model X, it weighs a lot in the grand scheme of vehicles. Now, in terms of its competition, it doesn't. It actually weighs about the same, a little bit lighter than a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, but that's why it has the quality that it does. And unlike a Cullinan, yeah, the Model X performance accelerates a little faster than a Cullinan. Although, there's no denying, twin turbo V12, I mean, dude, I could tune that thing. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, we're not sure. Same with the Wraith, could happen, could wrap it, could not wrap it, we're not sure. Certainly wrap it before you tap it. This car's already been wrapped, so yup. The brakes are good too. The only thing this car is missing is bigger wheels, lower suspension, because the body roll is, well, it doesn't have a lot of body roll. What it has is slip. The tires slip because they're harder. The harder tires mean less rolling resistance, which means higher range. If this was my car, I'd immediately put like Cup 2s on it, or Cup 2Rs, and then it'd be a Canyon Carver. Absolute Canyon Carver. I imagine that's coming in the future, but wow. This is incredible. So we're gonna go ahead and turn the AC up a little bit because I am sweating. But no sweat, we're in a Tesla. You can put it in chill mode if you want, turn the AC on, listen to some good tunes, just relax. And the coolest part is, look, like, just nature everywhere. Literally, the great outdoors, and we're isolated. We're in our own little cocoon bubble, protected from the outside world, and having a blast while doing it, driving on some sweet roads. So I'm gonna go ahead, give it a little gas. Oh my gosh. So with electric motors, they have infinite torque, 100% of torque at 0 RPM, so to speak. The power is available on demand. It's kind of like Netflix. It's on demand. You want the power? Boom, you got it right now. Gasoline motor, the turbochargers have to spool up. If it's naturally aspirated, it has to be in the right part of the rev range. There is no correct part of the rev range because there is no rev range. It's all a continuous gear. It's a continuous cycle, and it's like, it just makes so much sense to me, guys. It really does. And then we've got like cross traffic, collision avoidance, pedestrian detection, this and that. It's honestly freaking awesome, guys. So we're gonna go ahead. Now we're on a little straightaway. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So as you can see, I'm not exaggerating the acceleration. It's just legitimate. It's just legitimately epic. Oh. Are you? Wow, that guy has a cool car collection. Okay, mad respect. Let's get into the handling components of the car. So obviously we know seating position is brilliant in the car. You can set it up exactly how you want it. You can get your viewing angle of the road itself is also brilliant. You can see everything. You can chill if you want to. You can go quickly if you want to. It really is an all-in-one package. Everything all together as a team. And Tesla, the team at Tesla, it's epic. Everyone there works really hard. Really, really hard. Everyone there deserves to be there, and they all have a purpose for building the best car in the world, and they're doing a really good job. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. You guys know I like internal combustion engine cars. I like the sound of it. What is Tesla missing? The only thing it's missing is a sound, but there's sound generators if you want to fake it or whatever, but there's no point of faking it. Honestly, it has a cool sound. It's like this like really space age alien fighter jet style sound that it makes. This like, I don't know, Back to the Future vibes, Star Wars vibes, and then at the same time it's utilitarian. So we got like Game of Thrones vibes, we got Hunger Games. Like if you were in Game of Thrones, I mean that's a little bit before Tesla. If you were in Hunger Games and somehow you had access to a Tesla Cybertruck, good luck everybody else. Good luck, have fun. And that, well, it's a video game term, GLHF. Good luck, have fun. Why not? Why not that be the motto for a life? Oh wow, wow, this is epic. Acceleration is awesome. Braking is predictable. Steering is really good, and you can choose different steering sensitivities. There goes my phone, but honestly, guys, we're not gonna pay attention to that. Always keep your eyes on the road. Always, always. And if you do that, good luck, have fun, don't stress, do your best, forget the rest, and it's all money from there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead for a safety precaution, and I'm gonna pull over and grab my phone because honestly, if your phone drops, this is a off-the-cuff example of safety. If your phone drops out of your pocket onto the ground, do not immediately reach for it. If you do that and your eyes are off the road, you end up like the movie 50 First Dates, and we don't really want that. In this case, I know my phone's thin, it's not gonna get jammed behind the pedals, but there was a crisis with Toyota where it was uncontrolled acceleration. It turned out it had nothing to do with the car and everything to do with the position of the floor mats. But at the end of the day, if a car crashes, a car crashes. That's why, you know, the media sometimes really likes to get a hold of car crashes. But if you look at the statistics, Teslas are safer than any other car. If you look at the statistics, sure, there was like one Tesla fire, and it's like, yeah, but do you know how many fires there were with other cars? Teslas are safe, guys. Teslas are money, for sure. I am long on Tesla, for sure. Yeah, I mean, this is just epic. Got a nice old man going for a little hike. I am sweating right now, so you know what? I'm gonna pop it into chill mode. Go ahead and turn the fan temperature up. Once again, everything's so easy. You can keep your eyes on the road and still do everything all at the same time. Everything is in the palm of your hands, literally. The steering wheel's in the palm of my hands, and everything else is at your fingertips. That's a nice thing. Complex corner here. a lot of undulations in the ground, absorbing the bumps really, really well. You know, I got what's called a butt dyno. The butt dyno feels the acceleration, and you know, your butt dyno can also feel suspension control units, things of that nature. The suspension in general, your hands feel, they have the steering feel. Now, there's not a lot of feedback in the steering, but you don't really need it. You get the feedback in the tires, and you get the feedback through sound. If the tires are screeching, you've gone a step too far. You're either understeering or you're oversteering, and in racing, neither are good. Modulate the throttle, modulate the steering, and then boom, you're back on track. No reason to have screeching tires. You're just overheating your tires at that point, causing unnecessary wear. When they're overheating, you have less grip, and then you're gonna go slower around the track. So it's important, everything is in a balance. Your eyes, your body, focus. Your mind is huge in racing. If you're really just pushing for the fastest time, the only thing you're thinking about is getting the fastest time and beating someone else's time, that's when things go really wrong. That's why the Nürburgring, you know, it became this sprint for the fastest time, but it got too dangerous. So a lot of people pulled out. They said, you know, under 7 minutes, we're good to go there. We confirmed that we did super well. They couldn't confirm or deny how much better they did than the other team, but you know, they don't need to. They proved that under 7 minutes is all it took. And then companies like McLaren decided, you know what, what's the point of this race? We're just racing, and then someone's going to get hurt. Koenigsegg did a record attempt. Obviously, there's some funny business going on there. They didn't get to finish their lap time. The reality is they don't need to finish their lap time for people to know that the Koenigsegg would have set the world record. I mean, a 1-to-1 around the track, come on. The reality is also Tesla doesn't need to prove themselves that the Model 3 Performance Track Mode V2 is significantly faster around a track than M3 competition or a C63. I mean, I can't prove that without data, but I just know that that's the case. Tesla's unable to, I think, shut down the Nürburgring to do official testing. So because the Nürburgring is actually a public highway, not a lot of people knew that the Nürburgring is actually a commuter road, a main highway, and you can just pop on and pop off the Nürburgring at any given time. Some people take it to commute to work. That's the coolest commute of all time. I've got a cool commute. It's called stay at home. I don't have to, you know, go out if I don't want to. I can do everything from home, but in this environment, we're keeping it safe, we're keeping it slow, I'm isolated, and I can go to work. I'm working right now. How blessed is that? That I'm out on the road, and this is basically like a Nürburgring, but it's free. I don't know, this feels right. I think, you know, cars are an emotional purchase. They just are. A car is typically, in a normal person's life, the second largest expenditure that they have after their home. But in the current financial situation of the world, and before that as well, the majority of people don't own homes, they rent, just like leasing a car. But if they buy a car and they rent a home, then the car becomes the #1 most important financial decision of their entire lives. Literally. If you rent a home and you're thinking, oh, I don't know if I want to lease, I want to finance the car is going to be your #1 most important thing in your life financially. To me, it has nothing to do with the finances and everything to do with, well, that's not true actually. Of course, it always has to do with finance. But the main core principle of why I love cars is fun. Fun, enjoyment, relaxation. That's why, you know, a car like a Rolls Royce, people say it's not an enthusiast car. Look, there's a time and a place for everything. The Rolls Royce Cullinan is the most luxurious, utilitarian off-road SUV that exists. Now, when the Cybertruck comes out, I think it's going to dethrone the Cullinan as the best SUV ever created. Bulletproof glass, bulletproof, potentially doors. I mean, you've got the conveyor belt in the back for the ATV. It's really cool. Wow. It's such a nice day out. And then look at that. We're passing another Tesla right now, Model 3. What's going on? Everyone out and about that I've noticed recently, driving the speed limit, being chill, just doing things that make sense, like getting out to go into nature, getting out to go into, not even getting out of the car, just getting out and going for a drive, or going to the store. All I've been seeing, honestly, is pretty much Teslas, BMWs, a lot of M3s out on the roads, a lot of Porsches, and a lot of motorcycles. But if everyone is respectful, drives safely, the biggest thing is safely. Drive within your limits is what I would say. The limiting factor is you. At this point, cars are better than you are. Just admit the fact that, you know, this Tesla is better than I am in every way, because it's a culmination of a lot of people working together. I'm just one guy. Nothing great's done alone. I'm sitting behind the wheel of the car, and I have to respect the fact that there are cliffs everywhere. There are bends where if you're out of control and you're understeering, well, then all of a sudden you go across the double yellow and it could be an accident. And the worst thing would be for you to have an accident and run into someone else. So Tesla's very safe. It makes sure that you stay in your lane. And if you stay in your lane, maintain a safe distance, drive within the limits, you're good to go. All right, so on that bombshell, you know, I didn't invent that term. Top Gear, my favorite show of all time. BBC Top Gear, the old one with Jeremy Clarkson. You know the crew. That was my favorite show of all time. When it ended, it was a sad day for me. It was actually like one of the worst days of my life, literally. I missed that dynamic. It was the dynamic trio, you know, like the three musketeers of the car world. That was cool. And, you know, I've created a dynamic between us, a dialogue, but there's definitely something good. There's something great to be said about a cast, a crew of cool people in the videos together. And while I brought in some of my friends, some of you guys were like, oh, they're not car guys or whatever. The reality is everyone in those videos was extreme car guys, extreme car guys. But I think it would be cool if you guys maybe voted in the comment section below of who you think should be a co-host in videos with me. I know the obvious answer, but locationally that one's not gonna make sense. So, who would be a good co-host that's based in Los Angeles, whether it's in my friend group, whether it's a YouTuber, whether it's a YouTuber and someone in my friend group, or a YouTuber, an automotive enthusiast, engineer, it doesn't matter. What do you think would be the coolest duo or trio of people in the automotive world? Not just actors, not just people who are funny. The scripts can be written, actors can act. People who are a genuine car person who knows their stuff and always wants to do the right thing. Those two combinations, know your stuff, do the right thing, forget the rest, and then honestly the rest is history. So we're gonna go ahead and switch to a point of view right now, show you guys what it's like to drive from a first person point of view, a Tesla Model Y, a brand new car that's exclusive that I feel so blessed to be able to drive. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Obviously, you guys know about it, the merchandise. So in the next video, I'm going to be giving as many free shout outs as you guys get items. Like I said, 4 items of clothing or merch on the store. 4 items. We're going around the bend. There is a biker. Guys, never go around a biker on a blind turn. Just wait, okay? 1, you'll spook the biker like a horse, and you could be in the wrong lane at the wrong time. So, without further ado, that was like a Sob Kyle thing. You know, he was a big inspiration. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start her up and let her run. Hi guys, I'm Shmee, and today we're gonna. They started getting Australian there for a second, like Car Throttle. I'm Alex from Car Throttle. My biceps are much smaller than Alex from Car Throttle, but I'm getting there. Someday. Adnan has smaller arms. He's probably ripped too. Damn it. Alright, I'm getting in shape. That's what I'm trying to say. Guys, anyone who buys 4 or more items on the store will get a free shout out. Unlimited free shout outs. We'll throw them in the description. Whether it's your social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, doesn't matter. Free shout out, 4 or more items. 4, 5, 6, doesn't matter. On the store, free shout out in the next video. Point of view right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next video. Well guys, normally I'd let you hear the engine note, but there's not much of that going on. It's just chillness and speed. Slow and steady wins the race. So without further ado, I'm gonna shut up, let you guys listen to the sound of absolutely nothing. You can play your favorite song in the background. How about that? Wow. I mean, this is just the coolest, guys. What? It's showing me the bend in the road ahead? Are you serious? That is epic. Got the battery percentage. What happens if we mash it? Yeah, it shows a little drainage there. Set the current? What? Scheduled departure? Okay, guys. Oh, that's grayed out. I bet that's an eventual feature. They're giving us a little hint here. set the current to whatever you want. We're going freaking 69 amps. That's what I'm trying to do, Tesla. All right, guys. Look forward to seeing you next video.